it's always been about community. I think we're at a moment in time today. Well, first of all, in addition to Senya, I'd like to call out, some other people from the Crypto Mondays community. Where's Caitlin? Caitlin?
Yes.
All right, Crypto Mondays London in the house. Caitlin. Awesome. That community rocks. And Josh Lang from Crypto Mondays Global. Yeah. Seriously, like this is the community, and we all do this. The question I get asked most: what's the business model? The business model is simply the more that you do for the community, the more the community takes it, multiplies it, and gives it back. And it feels like the world is fucking, oh my God, falling apart like in front of our eyes, literally. And the one thing that you can't believe is crypto and stuff that's encoded in Bitcoin. And it feels like, while it's, down tonight, or today, this week, because it's so correlated to risk off, in the long run, I can't believe how lucky I am that I was able to find my way to this community. And, when I got here, I described my career as chasing a lot of shiny objects. And a lot of them really were shiny. When I got into crypto 2017, I'm like, you know what? I just want to stay in crypto. I know there's going to be new shiny shit, but when it comes, I'm not going to leave crypto. I'm going to bring it to crypto. And obviously now there's a new thing that's the shiniest thing ever, and that is AI, right? And now decentralized AI, so we're going to have a brief talk about decentralized AI. Taco, come on up. So Taco, can you introduce yourself?
Sure.
For those people maybe who do not know you.
Hi everyone, my name is Player One Taco, affectionately known as just Taco. I am a little bit incognito. You might have seen me at a conference wearing 1,000 badges and wristbands. That is sort of what I'm known for. I save that for the start of the conference, so tomorrow you will see me dressed appropriately. I am the CDO, Chief Design Officer of Manifest Network. I affectionately have changed that to the Chief Degen Officer, if you know me. I've been in blockchain for about 13 years, specialized in security and tokenomics, but also community and strategic marketing. And so one of the things that we sort of all talk about in Web3 is this WAGMI. We're all gonna make it. So no matter how much people sort of talk on that, it's ownership, that's sort of the big belief of blockchain, is that we get to own our finances. But also one of the biggest pieces that we've seen in the last couple of years is the ownership of data. And so as we've sort of pushed that into a different way is the sovereignty of data. And so at Manifest, we've been building for about 4.5 years now. Our founding team is a lot of ex-Definity expats, and so pre-launch. And so the way we sort of built this up is a sovereign nation of data centers. We run tier 3 and tier 4 data centers around the world because our idea is you should not only own your data, but you should control it as well. So the idea is in short, we are decentralized AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. The way we've sort of ran it is a little different. Instead of giving dollars, we've helped projects start up where they're token heavy but cash poor. So we built an index fund to where we get to invest into different projects where we're giving them our token MFX, and we're taking their token in response and burning it into our index fund. So as an investor, my first question isn't what's my vesting schedule? It's what can we help you build next? And so at this moment, we've done enough token swaps that our market cap is around 530 million. And so we keep doing that because at a project level, we're either supporting their valuation with their initial investment in some way, shape, or form. But now that they have MFX token, they can burn that back to us to use our services, use our compute, not just storage, not just compute like great projects like Akash or Storage J or Filecoin, but we're a full stack. Running tier 3, tier 4 data centers gives us the opportunity to build out that customized platform that you guys sort of need, what that hardware is, to where you're not only controlling it, but owning it.
So you've been doing this for a while now, so happy to give you that opportunity. how is, like, in the time that you've been doing this, how has the market evolved?
Oh man, from everyone thinking that crypto is a scam to
No, from Manifest.
So for Manifest, we've gone through the bear market a few times, and so really sort of helping the last cycle, we've helped over 100 projects keep going, because the biggest burn for a lot of companies is their AWS bill, is their compute bill. And so taking that off the table, sort of looking at it as both a bear market project of building, and because there's always going to be people builders, but we've seen this especially in AI really sort of come through, like where we see the big companies like ChatGPT and getting rewrapped into 1,000 other projects. I was at the initial Super AI conference last year, hosted by the same team that puts on Token 2049. There were 60 projects that were sponsors there. 45 of them were all using ChatGPT wrappers. The only other one that had their own individual AI was Salesforce. Everyone else we're using a ChatGPT wrapper. So now we're seeing great projects like Venice and Morpheus open source all of these models and strip away the weights and biasness so that you're working for an absolute truth. And so the idea that we're seeing a really great person that I'm going to throw out there, David Johnson, sort of put forth is super agent. So an agent that is yours and yours alone and working on your behalf to interact with all of the 1,000 other agents that are out there.
Interesting, Venice, obviously, because we swim in the same circles, I think, it has no guardrails. So, it's such an interesting, where is Venice going?
So where Venice is really sort of going on the private AI side of things, so where all data is not stored on a local server, everything is stored on your local device, local host, whether it's your phone or it's your laptop. There is that privacy wall, and so we're seeing other projects move forward that are supporting this on an entire format of like Nillion and Fala with trusted execution environments with T's, or FHE when it's sort of fully homomorphic encryption as that sort of gets evolved. The speed isn't there for that, but we're seeing people really put a focus on owning your data and rather than someone else. So being the person, not the product.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Let's give Taco a hand. So, I'll just finish with a few remarks. For me, I've been crypto 24/7 for 7.5. Hey, Johnny, you want to say something?
Doing your
No.
That I've been all over the world? No.
Anyway, I would say, look, I've been doing this 7.5 years. For me, it's always been about community, token economics. We need to solve two things: token economics, governance, and consensus. 7.5 years, we've made little progress on either one of those. I've remained confident that we'll solve for it for two reasons. One, the best and the brightest are still seeing what we're all seeing and coming here, trying to solve the problems. And the second and bigger reason is because the bar is so low against which we're competing, centralization, and it's getting lower by the day. So, but now when I saw AI, what I saw was actually, I think now there's a technology that we can leverage to really get better about token economics and governance consensus. And that's what Crypto Mondays is now focused on. We're building a community management AI agent, we're open sourcing it. We hope all the communities in crypto get on it. Maybe there's a better world than, what we're all fucking seeing in our Twitter feed every day. So that's the end of the comments. Look forward to, yeah?
Hold on. Okay, that was my window, and I fucked it up. Hi guys. I'm Janet Freiline. I'm one of the co-founders of Demon Labs, and I have followed you all over the world for these events. So I just want to make sure that while I'm here, I give everybody the opportunity to come and see me. We just released a really, really cool AI, since we're on the topic of AI. It is by far the coolest and world-leading wine AI out there, and our engineer came here. This is Adnan. He's an absolute genius and gem. He hasn't slept in 24 hours. So I dragged him here, and I just want to make sure we give him a shout out. Anyone who wants to try put the $1 trillion wine asset class on chain. Ambitious project. A lot of fun. Come see me about that. But I travel a lot and I do wine events. And the last 2 events that I did, I had our AI. I say our AI, and Matt is really the genius. I had it basically curate the wines for the events. I gave a picture of the wine list, for example, at the Ritz, and said, hey, I'm doing a tasting. I needed to plan this, this, and this. So it did everything, and basically, I don't actually need a wine background in it, it turns out, so my job is gone. Anyway, in the end, we've got a lot of really exciting things planned for that. Eventually, you're going to be able to give Bacchus AI kind of a wallet address. You're going to be able to give it your risk profile, a budget, and it's going to analyze your entire wine portfolio and it will trade on your behalf. So we've got lots of exciting plans. And I just want to give a big shout out to Adnan for showing up and not falling asleep.
All right, awesome. Hey, happy Crypto Mondays, everybody, and have a great Paris Blockchain Week.